Now
It
we're
looks like
live.
we're live, Brian. It's Brian and Bill with Energy Rogue. Brian, roll the logo.
Okay.
Hey, folks, how you doing today? We're here talking a little bit about natural gas demand. What are you looking at, Brian?
Well, let's see. Let's take a look at it. First off, thank you for those that have been waiting. Appreciate your patience. We're going to try and get back to you with all your comments and questions. So we are going to have this as a shorter term session. If you're interested to learn more, you can reach out to us. I think there's contact info down below. If not, drop a comment and we'll reach out to you. So let's take a quick look at this. This is not a visual or anything, but what we've done is we've taken a look at the demand and what it looks like between 2021 and 2024. The reason we chose 2021 is 2022, the demand on residential, industrial, and commercial was more typical. 2022 was not typical because if anybody was paying attention, we did not have much of a winter, especially during the winter months. I say that in quotes, winter months. And so what that has left us with is we've been growing supply. We'll cover supply in a different session, but on total supply, we have a little bit over 101. That includes production and LNG exports. And on the demand side, we're currently slightly below that. Now, that's the reason that we have low. Let's actually take a look at it. Trading View is a awesome tool, not a sponsor or anything, but really love their tool. So natural gas has really just cratered, and especially it cratered yesterday after storage came out, which I can't remember where we are, but we're close to the 5-year max on storage. But now let's take a look at this. So 101 BCF a day, or 101.1 versus 100.72 on demand. What does that tell you, Bill?
That means that price is going to go down.
Right, because there's more supply than demand. It's basic economics. Yeah,
That's the easy one, Brian.
that's the easy one. It's well, if this is too high, if supply is high and demand is low, price goes down. Natural gas is always interesting in that. And what we try and focus on is what's coming down the curve. And when we take a look at 2021 to 24, we have a big, big demand wave. It's led by LNG. We're only going to focus on LNG today. And I hope that this is going to be helpful. And we'll dive into each one over time.
I think it's
Um,
also important to note that with economy weakening just a little bit, that also affects demand. So while we're just talking about LNG today, you can be looking at as the economy grows stronger, that demand will continue to rise, and most of that rises in the electricity bandwidth.
yep. And you can definitely see that from the electric side of the equation for this 2121 to 2024. But when we take a look at the LNG currently, we're at 12.73 BCF a day. And when we take a look at this is where we're at right now. This is 12 point, what did I say, 7.73?
Yeah.
12.73. So this is where we're at. So now let's take a look at where we might be going. This scale down here is 2023 to 2028. And that'll make sense when we take a look at this. Okay, we've got Calcasieu that is having an expansion. That was actually slotted for May, but they just kicked, or actually April or May, they just kicked it down the way. Plaquemines, and now I got to change my scale because we're getting too high. Expansion of Plaquemines, Corpus, Port Arthur, and Golden Pass. So let's take a look at when this happens in roughly 2 years. 2 years from today, we're going to be up over 20 BCF a day. Now, for reference, we are at 12.73. So 8 BCF a day. Are we going to grow by 8 BCF a day in that time frame? We say no. This is a demand wave that is coming. Most of these LNG export facilities, these are going to places to where this is not a price arbitrage. This is because they need LNG supply. So the only objective or the only price relevance is going to be is if what are the two other countries that we should be looking at? Well,
Qatar and Australia.
Qatar and Australia, and
I mean, there are other countries doing it, but those are the two big.
But I think the U.S. bringing on these LNG is a little bit ahead of their expansions, aren't they?
Yeah, most of their expansions. Well, there's one. I think Qatar's got one coming on in 25.
In 25, okay. And Qatar has always been an exporter because they don't
Yes.
need a lot. But
Well, they get a lot of natural gas. They have nowhere to go with it and no people to burn it.
but we're taking a look at the short term and the long term. So short term, within 24 months, we're going to grow by 8 BCF a day. And we'll cover supply in a different session. But
Hey, and let's call that export capacity, because you still have
yes,
ship capacity that you have to deal with as well.
yes, yes. And it gets kind of complicated. But let me show you this, Bill. What am I going to show you? I'm going to show you.
So this is everything that's listed as under construction.
Yeah, these are currently, these are happening. These are coming on within 24 months. Look at this. We could have up to what is that total?
Oh, we don't even. That's a crazy number.
37.5 BCF a day. Now let's go back to this. So basically half of the US demand, roughly half, of industrial, residential, commercial, and electric. And that potentially could be here within 5 years. Now, is everything that is approved going to be built and be exported? No, that won't happen. But I'm saying the minimum within 24 months, an extra 8 BCF a day. Again, we're going to cover supply in a different session. Supply is not going to be able to keep up. So
not
this
at this current rate and what it's doing right now.
Yep. And so, which one was I going to show? Okay. So when we go back to this chart, this is where we're going to end up. 110 BCF a day versus 101 on supply. Now the question is supply going to be able to add? I think yes, at the right price. Is it going to be able to add at $2, Bill?
No. It's not going to add now at $2.
Is it going to be added at, is 8 BCF a day going to be added at $3?
I think you're looking at least 4 plus, if not 5 plus,
yep,
to add 8 BCF.
Yep. So
and
what
and
that
of course
means,
that translates into probably $30-40 TTF. would be
Yeah.
my guess under that demand scenario.
So again, this is kind of a shorter session today, but we wanted to cover this demand wave, and we did with our Rogue Nation. That's anybody who signs up for Rogue Edge. It's only $89 a month. Only $89 a month. You get access to 140 interactive charts, just like you saw, just like this one. Just like this one, you have 140 charts like this for 89 bucks a month. Now, you can find a lot of this on the internet and spend hours and hours searching for it. If you want to do it, great. We provide this at an affordable $89 a month so that everybody has access to it. Most of the commercial traders in the commodity business spend thousand, 2,000, $10,000 a month on information like this, and we decided to come up with an affordable platform. So, if you're curious about it, reach out to us, down below. But any other closing thoughts you had, Bill?
I think it's going to be important to note that the energy policy we're seeing various nations incorporate is going to make a difference in how this plays out. And so the geopolitical piece of this can have as much impact as anything else. I mean, let's face it, the reason LNG is becoming popular is because of an issue with Russia and Germany.
Well, and now with Nord Stream having a hole in the pipeline in the middle of the ocean, I know they can patch that, but this is going to come down to what the strategic alliances on energy is. If you look at energy, food, those are critical concerns when it comes down to geopolitical motives. Whether it be, and we're not political, we're not gonna. I know that's a for us, it's a topic we have to be aware of and we have to recognize, but we
Yeah,
are.
it's not like we're choosing sides. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen. Something's going to happen.
Well, energy and
And,
food. Am
and
I missing anything? Energy and food are the top two priorities of every geo or
it's always resources.
political
Always
nation.
resources.
Yep.
So, and to answer the question in the chat, I don't know if suppliers are that. Yes, they're going to go out of business, but they're actually going to be consolidated. And I think we've seen a lot of that already.
Yeah.
Is the consolidation of some of the. I mean, every day we're reading about somebody buying somebody up.
Right.
And so I think probably more concern would be if we're still getting good enough rock to drill into to continue to increase our supply, because we have a lot of gas. Some of it's just really deep and very expensive to get out.
Or you have to look at the whole, and again, thank you for the question, because you have to look at the whole molecule of what a producer produces. For instance, in the Permian in the United States, a development that has been transformative in energy supply, both from oil and natural gas. And when you look at that, producers actually lose money on the natural gas molecule so that they can produce crude oil. So you have to look at the whole molecule when it comes down to US based production. When you look internationally, those delineations shift because there's a little bit more of strategic design behind why they may produce or not produce. So
I think an interesting topic we'll touch later on, but we'll just tease you with this is that there's a scenario where we can paint to where we would see Canadian imports reduced by over half.
yes, and
And
currently
so,
Canadian imports. So think about it this way: we have our doubts on supply keeping pace and increasing up to 8 BCF a day. And if you look at our net imports from Canadian supply, that is going to go from say 6 BCF a day average to 3. So now you have supply concern, import concern, and demand coming down. So this demand wave is coming. Is it going to come in May, June, July? May, June, and July, most of the demand is going to be predicated on weather, which
Right.
it's a novel concept, but it's going to come back at some point. It's a novel concept. Um,
Just when you're all technical, the fundamentals will always bite you.
yes, yes, and so we have our opinion, and in our opinion, we have been sharing with our customers, which we hope you may want to join. If you don't, great, fantastic. Thanks for showing up and asking questions. We really appreciate that, and really appreciate your activity because this is important stuff.
And it makes it
Um,
fun for us.
it does make it fun. So let's see. Any closing thoughts? I will do this one more time just for the look at that. Look at that. And we are currently down here. We're currently all the way down here, all the way up to there. That's
Well,
pretty.
all I know is that
Um,
we can put all this stuff out here and show you, and we can show what we think, but you never can predict everything. So we just leave with this warning.
But watch out for in your ear.
so anybody that doesn't know that, it's from Field of Dreams, a phenomenal movie, and there's a great it's just a great movie. So our I think my basic opinion when I look at $2 natural gas, you may have to wait for it. You may have to wait for it, but my personal opinion,
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
I think it's going up. So that's my 2 cents. We're not financial advisors.
Nope.
Nope.
And we're not movie producers yet.
We we offer we offer our opinions, and we appreciate your questions and the fact that you're here. So thanks so much, and we hope you have a fantastic weekend.